Hello everyone, Alex here, aka Purge. I hope you're doing fine, and today I want to start this video with a question. Imagine Nick Fuentes would run for president. Would you actually vote for him? I'm very curious, please share your answer in the comments, because the guy who they tried to silence for so long, Nick Fuentes, is now becoming more popular day after day. Like seriously, I cannot even open my social media or go on my phone or I see Nick Fuentes showing up everywhere on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Maybe it's my algorithm, but I see this guy now everywhere. Even in the mainstream media, they are now talking about Nick Fuentes. Something like that. They tried to silence this guy for so long, and now even on the mainstream media, they are talking about him. Like 3 days ago, I was walking outside. I heard these two women. They were talking about Nick Fuentes. Actually, they couldn't understand that a guy like Nick Fuentes gained so many supporters, that he was becoming so popular. This was they talked about the fact that they were flabbergasted that Nick Fuentes was so popular now. And I don't understand that some of these people don't understand why a guy like Nick Fuentes is becoming so popular. Because in my opinion, the reason why Nick Fuentes is becoming so popular is that he is actually America first. He listens to the people and he's talking about the things where not many people in this country want to talk about or are too scared to talk about. This is also the reason I will talk for myself, why I don't even trust the mainstream media anymore, why I don't even watch television anymore, because all these people in the mainstream media, or not all of them, but so many people in the mainstream media, they are just cosplaying like they're America first. They act like they are independent. Meanwhile, they are not independent. They just have to say what their boss wants to say. The boss has to say what the biggest donors want him to say. So with other words, all these people, they are just they are not independent. They are not saying the truth, because so many times they have to they can't criticize everyone because they have donors where they have to listen to. And with a guy like Nick Fuentes, this is completely different. He is independent. He's not working for a company. He's not working for a boss, so he can say whatever he wants. And this is the reason why so many people actually like Nick, because he is talking about many things where many people agree on, but where too many people they don't talk about. But the same goes for a Candace Owens, a Tucker Carlson. They are almost a little bit the same. But Nick Fuentes is more intense. So more people are liking Nick Fuentes now because he's a little bit more extreme than these other two I just mentioned. But I hope you get the point. So many people in this country that just feel betrayed by their own government. They are disappointed in the Trump administration, who acted like he was America first, but meanwhile we didn't get America first policy. It almost looks like it's America last policy at this point. Donald Trump, and I don't want to make this whole video about Donald Trump, but you should ask yourself this question, because this is the reason why I started this video with this question. Do you think it would be good for our country if Nick Fuentes became our president? And I know he is still too young now, but imagine in 8 years, because I believe Nick Fuentes is now 28 years old, so he need to wait 8 more years, and then he could actually run for president. But long story short, Donald Trump said, or he promised us, that he would give us America first policy, that he would care about the average Americans. He would focus more on the United States. Meanwhile, this guy, he would build a wall. He would stop the mass immigration. He would release the Epstein file. So many things what he promised us, he didn't do it at all. So the point I try to make is that, is Donald Trump maybe controlled? And he is also he is cosplaying like he's America first, but he is not. And then you have a guy like Nick Fuentes, who is actually America first. He is independent. So many people support this man because he is like America first. He is the body of America first, in my opinion. And I always used to say this because I feel like Nick Fuentes is a little bit like the voice of the silenced people, because there are so many people in this country who are just done with the state of our country at this point. And then you have a Nick Fuentes, a guy who is actually talking about so many problems we have in this country where many people agree on, but where not many people talk about. And then you have people who are surprised that a guy who is saying these things where not many people talk about, that he is having so many supporters now. No, he is actually listening to the people. I mean, this is how I feel. Nick Fuentes actually cares about the average Americans, where I feel a Donald Trump doesn't care about you and me. He doesn't care about the average Americans. I feel he just cares about himself, his family, and his money, and maybe his closest friend or his donors. But this is another discussion. But the point I try to make is that Nick Fuentes is a real, he is independent, he is an average American, he cares about the average Americans, and this is why so many people like him, because they can see themselves in him actually. Or excuse me, I hope you get the point, but they can relate themselves with a Nick Fuentes. And of course, I'm not saying that you have to agree with everything Nick says. Like, don't get me wrong. I support Nick, but that doesn't mean that I like everything he says or that I agree with almost everything he says. No, there are also many things what he's sometimes saying. I'm like, dude, are you for real? Like do you seriously think like this? But it doesn't mean that I believe that this guy is 10 times better than, for example, Donald Trump at this point. And I feel like if Nick Fuentes would run for president, me and my friends, we would vote for him 100% sure because, of course, he just wants the best for this country, and this is so important because we had so many administrations now who acted like they wanted to have the best for this country, but they all betrayed us, they just tricked us, and once they got our vote, they didn't do anything for us. Like, let me ask you this question. What did Donald Trump actually do for you in the past year? How many problems did he actually solve in this country? He has been busy with so many foreign conflicts, foreign wars. He is constantly in his plane, like traveling the world. I'm like, dude, we have so many problems here. We should solve this first, and then we should maybe care about the rest of the world. But this is how I feel about it, and this is the reason what makes Nick Fuentes different than all these other people. And maybe I'm wrong on this. Like, feel free. Like, I'm not a hypocrite. So if you think that I say something like, dude, that's not right at all, feel free to debate me. You can always like put a comment here like, dude, what you just said there, put a timestamp, this is completely nonsense. Feel free to debate me, correct me, I'm not a hypocrite. But I actually believe that Nick Fuentes is America first. He is Americans first. And this is very important because I feel like we need a president at this point who cares about his country, who only cares about his country, who only cares about the people, like the citizens from this beautiful country. Because some people who are watching this video now, they will probably be like, yo, dude, where are you talking about? Like, why are you complaining so much? And I'm not complaining or anything. The reason why I made this video, because I see there are so many Americans who are just disappointed in what is going on in our country at this point. And this is so sad because I felt like we had a president, or like we voted for a president who was different than all these other politicians, who would actually help us. But it turns out that he is maybe the same, maybe even worse than all these politicians before. And this is so sad because there are so many Americans who are struggling. They can barely, like, everything is crazy expensive now. Just look at the how much you have to pay for rent, for groceries, for gas, for insurance, and as well the taxes. Everything is becoming crazy expensive now, and this is such a shame. And I believe we deserve a good president who is actually America first, who cares about you and me, who want to like spend our tax money in our country to build hospitals, to build schools, instead of to send our tax money to foreign countries to support foreign wars, to maybe like bomb schools or like bomb hospitals. Many Americans, they don't want this anymore. They just want to have the best in this country. We want to like make America great again. And I'm not talking about the MAGA movement because I can't even take the MAGA movement serious anymore. I feel like they don't have any supporters at this point anymore. But I'm not talking about the slogan of Donald Trump, but we actually need a guy who can make this country great again. And long story short, I feel that Nick Fuentes is maybe like the best guy at this point who can do this job, who can make this country great again. Because the things what he is saying, and again, I'm not saying you have to agree with everything he says. I say this multiple times in my videos. Always use your own brain. But the people who are watching this, they know this for sure. But the things what he is saying is actually America first policy. He wants the best for this country. He wants this nation to succeed. He loves the United States. You can see this in everything. And also, don't get me wrong, Nick Fuentes is like many people there are now like, oh, but now he's just saying the things and now he's getting so popular because he is saying this. No, he is saying the same things for 10 years. 10 years ago, no one was listening to him and he had the same opinion. So this is the reason why I trust Nick Fuentes, why I actually believe that he is like a real guy, that he is not cosplaying America first like a Ben Shapiro or a Mark Levin or something who are loyal to another country, but that's another discussion. But Nick Fuentes has been saying the same things for the past 10 years. When he was broke, when he had zero supporters, he was still America first. Now he is becoming so popular and he didn't change his opinions at all. He is exactly the same as the guy what he was like 10 years ago when he was almost like a nobody. So this is the reason why I trust him. I feel like Nick Fuentes cannot be bought or something. Maybe I'm wrong on this, maybe I'm right, but I feel like this guy is different than all these other peoples. This is the reason why he is so popular now, because he has such a talent. He's like a good speaker. He is like a based guy. guy, and I actually believe that he wants the best for this country. But again, this has been like enough because I don't want to pump his tires too much. I'm not like his groupie or something, but I like Nick Fuentes, and I just like the fact that he cares about this country. And more people at this point, they're just sick of politicians who act like they're America first, but they are not America first. And this is the reason why Nick Fuentes has so many supporters now, why he's becoming so popular now, because he's America first, and we have so many people in this country who are America first, and this is very good to see. I like this. Like, if you are America first, you're my friend, you're my ally. I wish you all the best. I'm just curious about your opinion. Do you think Nick Fuentes should run for president? I'm very curious. Please share your opinion in the comments. If you like these kind of videos, share it as well. If you like if you have some other things where you want me to talk about, sometimes I have just like, I want to share my opinion with like the people who like follow my channel, right? Sometimes I'm very curious about how you guys think about some topics. So then I'm like, all right, let me just make a video about it. So I'm curious if you like this. If you do, please hit the like button. If you really like this video, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And the last thing I want to say, guys, I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. And maybe we can see Nick Fuentes for president someday. I'm very curious. Have a good one. Ciao.